Oh no, I love your presentation.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna listen to me more. Huh?
New York.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I make that note?
You might have.
Yes, you did.
A couple times.
I just remember.
The New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorker.
That's the only personality I
Oh,
have.
nice.
Well, Buffalo, New York.
Oh, you're good. We started. She's the mayor of New York. She's doing great work.
Don't worry, everyone.
You said Buffalo?
Oh,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I was born in Boston, though.
Oh,
Yes, she was born in Boston.
Went to New York sometimes. I'm scared of rats.
I like Boston, but I can't say that out loud.
Oh,
So just stay in this room.
I'm gonna take the mic right now.
I was like,
what? No more professions. Give me that.
Unfortunately, I really like Philly too.
I do like Philly. Philly's different. Philly's that
Philly
girl.
is different.
No. She's like, you want a city you can afford to breathe in? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So everyone, you already know, but I want to give the proper introduction. So here we go. This is panel number 2. All right? Yes, panel number 2. These next guests for tonight. What do you get? I'm so proud. I just took it from the Bible. It's not so proud. What do you get when you take black plus nerd? Blerdy Massacre! They are here live in the flesh, ready to talk. Because that's what we love about y'all. And I'm not here to talk, I'm shut the fuck up. But I will be coming back up later to help moderate some Q&As. But I'm going to give the floor to them. So please, warm welcome to Blerdy Massacre.
Yes. Welcome everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
You get your tear down and you didn't even fucking know it.
Oh, we are so happy to be back at Soul Shadows for year 2. Can we just a little round of applause for that? You are doing fantastic. It is an honor and a privilege to be in this room with melanated and very diverse people that I love and care about very much. So we can cackle and talk about the shit that maybe we should be a little bit quiet about outside.
We should do a lot of things.
Be louder.
Be louder?
Listen.
Okay, this is a safe space. So I won't be dampening myself. I won't be.
Never have, never will.
Never have, never will be. So listen, today we're gonna focus on what the fuck is so funny. What's so funny, huh? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
I see a lot of movies and I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing either. I think a lot of us are laughing at the wrong things.
I would have to agree.
And you know, this is interesting because I just feel like niggas are hilarious.
We are.
We're funny as shit.
We're fucking funny.
Something that is very specific and unique to African American culture specifically is our humor and is the way that we can communicate with each other non-verbally, you know, or at least with very little, you know. There's not. How many things can?
Right? Right? No. Like, you can do one of... And that means we're leaving. Good night.
Like, I shot Sheree to look just like this. It was a whole piece of just now. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all didn't even know. But, you know, I think this is very apparent, the fact that black folks are very funny.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been in some very hard places, which means that we know how to joke about shit.
Yes.
It really does. And I think the rest of the world understands that, they see that. Why does it become a problem, the relationship between black people and in the use of comedy in media? It's a little bit of a slippery slope.
It has definitely come full circle, boomerang offensively back to the black persons here. We have the comedy. And I don't like it because, again, like, who tells the story is very fucking important. I am very loud. I've never been so loud. Every time I say fucking echoes, like, damn.
I mean, okay, first I think it's important to highlight the relationship between horror and comedy, right?
Yes.
Horror comedies are a little bit of like the ugly stepsister. Nobody, you know, is really taking horror comedies super seriously, you know? But in the same vein, horror and comedy, when it's not specifically horror comedy, is a really important relationship, because with horror, y'all already know this, y'all were born in the darkness just like we were.
Yes.
We're dealing with some really dark themes sometimes.
Yes.
You know, and even just the act of scares is something that's going to get us riled up. So naturally, a nice balance to that is to add a comedic element, right? That's how we balance up in the end. We have this roller coaster, up, down. Oh my God, that was fucking scary. Oh my God, let's bring it back down with a nice comedic relief. Okay, now, oh my God, this is really fucking scary. You guys know what I mean. It's a perfect band-aid to keep us regulated for the rest of the scares that are to come.
Yeah.
I know we can all right now think of so many great comedic moments that happen in horror movies that aren't actually considered comedy, right? Like how fucking golden is when Homeboy's friend rolls up after we think that he's about to die at the end to get out, and he's talking about some TS motherfucking A.
Yeah.
Right? When they thought that we were just gonna pop in the movie theater. See,
I love that moment because again, we've been conditioned to be like, we don't get a win. And so when the cop car pulls up, you're like, damn it, Jordan, you too. And then it's like, oh no, we can laugh again. It's fine. We're safe.
but there's a level to that,
Yeah.
and sometimes when that idea is placed into the, I'm just gonna say it, into the wrong hands, again, this is a safe space.
Yes.
It can be used in ways that is ridiculously inappropriate. Okay?
Very.
Something about, and like we talked about earlier, our use of nonverbal communication and the things that we find funny and our personal jargon that has grown through decades and decades of culture and raising each other and forming communities it's kind of code. You know, code switching is a term for a reason.
Yes.
Because not everyone can understand it. We know as a whole, everyone knows that black folks are fucking funny. Does that mean you are fluent in the code? Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No.
So,
A lot of people think they are, and it's very awkward when we find out that they're not.
listen, we are 1.5 months into 2026, and I'll tell you, there's been about 3-4 times we've been in that theater, just like,
That's this week.
in the movie theater. I'm not counting the screeners that I watch on my laptop at home. But sometimes, you know, I do get the cringe, and it crosses into the line of being inappropriate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It is very apparent.
It feels like we're going backwards so often.
Raise your hand if you were very okay with the way that Alfred Woodard was treated in Annabelle. Raise your hand if you're just like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool when the black lady throws herself off the balcony.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It was so many stereotypes, like a nesting doll of stereotypes. As the movie went on, I got more and more angry. It's now like my enemy. I have beef with a movie. That's where we're at. Like I would fight it on a playground.
You know, when this idea is placed into the hands of directors, producers, writers, whoever that's trying to portray a black experience for the use of its comedy, backfires. Because there's really no way to emulate that without just going straight to the source. You should have black people in your writer's room.
100%.
Oh my God. I think there's a lot of black people in the room right now. You know, tell me you know, you've seen a black character on the screen and they're talking and it's definitely in you know, vernacular,
Yeah.
but this shit really don't make any sense. And you just know that whoever's in that fucking writing room probably looks like this side of the palm, not this side of the hand. It's not making sense.
It's always the worst when you're like 5 minutes into a movie or a show, and you're like, no black people wrote for any of these black characters.
Yeah.
And then you open IMDb, and you're like, that's what I expected.
Justice for Lucas.
Oh,
Stranger.
More.
They.
Listen.
I know we're not talking about his hair right now.
Why can't he get a good fade? Why? I see all the other wigs coming out, and yet Lucas's hair looks like that. Why?
Exactly though.
Why? And they're like, he's not concerned about his hair. His girlfriend is in a coma. What about the other 4 seasons? Who's in a coma the other 4 seasons? Oh, why would you even?
I'm sorry.
Not in Black History Month.
You're so screen. They are there to provide some sort of comedic relief
Yeah.
for
You know
the
what?
terror that's
Any
happening
black
on
person in
screen.
a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Hello.
Oh.
Beautiful example right there.
No.
Yeah.
I get nervous when I see a cast announcement for a black person in a Tarantino movie. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how you ended up here.
They said paycheck.
I hope the
Listen,
paycheck's
rent was due, but also it was cost.
They said health insurance.
Yeah.
Literally.
Enough full coverage.
No, like, it's a bad miracle.
I get it.
No, it's a bad miracle because they couldn't say no. And that's where we're at.
Listen.
If you're a woman in a Tarantino movie, just
Oh.
Make sure you're wearing like the Converse that they
No.
sell away on.
Contact is
The Hollywood high Converse.
Yes.
3 layers of socks. Like,
That shit better be impenetrable fortress. Anyway, there is a correct and an incorrect way to do this. And I believe, and I'm sure all of you agree, that if you don't have diverse people all throughout your cast and crew helping create, unique and what's the word I'm looking for? Accurate representations of how Black people speak to each other, how Black
Yeah.
people speak to their friends and family. We're gonna sniff that shit out like it's shit.
there is this really great clip of some press junket, and somebody was asking Denzel Washington about a comment that was taken out of context about why he wanted a black director for a project. And he was like, I'm not saying that anybody can't direct it, but there's a difference between, and I'm paraphrasing because it's been a very long time since I've seen this clip, and I've been drinking a lot, so this is a paraphrase. But he's basically saying it's not that they can't do it, it's that they don't understand the culture. Like, a black director's gonna know what a hot comb feels like and smells like. We have those things, we don't have to explain it and be like, well, here's what we used to do with my mother. It's just like, you got it, let's go, let's keep it moving. We're on a tight budget. And so I think that's where the breakdown comes down. Because people are like, I can do any story. And you can, but should you?
Yeah, just because you can,
Listen.
doesn't mean you necessarily should. Because then we enter this danger zone. If you don't know how to accurately portray this culture, the relationships between people, how they talk to each other, how they talk to their loved ones, we end up in the realm of stereotype. We end up in the realm of, are you okay, girl?
Are you okay, girl?
You okay?
Are you okay, girl?
So I don't fuck with Tyler Perry.
Don't even.
No, why would you say that?
Oh my God.
We're here to celebrate.
The call coming from inside the house. The call. I know a bad wig. I have a bad wig braid, bitch. Why are the wigs that bad in Tyler Perry Studios?
Right.
Yeah, free the scalps.
And lace front, but that's what I was talking about that Stranger Things shit. Same thing.
Listen, it's
Problem.
always. I'm just like, you don't have to do
He should
that.
know better. He should know the fuck better.
Really?
Literally.
Okay, well somehow we started talking about wigs and that's crazy. Also, the same goes for the makeup department. Because I'm looking at Shorty very, very concerningly and imaginary because why was she going to bed without a bonnet on her? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Where's the slip pillowcase at? I'm saying.
To give the front room credit, they gave Brandy a bonnet. That is half a star.
You right.
They did. But okay, to go back to our original, damn, why is this happening? When we have white people trying to write, oh my God. When we have white people trying to write blackness, we end up with shit like Mom. Justice for Octavia. That should
But
have
she
worked.
did good though. She did her
It
best.
really should have. She did.
She did her
Listen,
best.
It was
as
not
long
on
as the
her.
check cleared. As long as the check cleared. I'm sure.
Check out. Let's
As
make
long
sure
as
she
the
got her
check cleared.
point.
That's it.
But I think it just goes back to people being like, I can tell any story, but I don't want to do the homework. I don't want to listen to people. I don't want to make friends who don't look like me unless I'm at zip code. And so you get a bunch of stereotypes, you get a bunch of old retired stereotypes. I'm like, I thought we killed this one. And they're like, no, it's funny. I'm like, who says it's funny?
Yeah, it's funny.
Who's laughing? Show me who's laughing. Give me a list. And so like, you cannot write about the situation when you're a part of the situation and you've not broken down and dismantled your part in whatever the problem is. Which is why Jordan Peele can make a Get Out, and a lot of other people who are not black are making movies that are like Get Out. And I'm like, how is it like Get Out? Explain. Is it the poster? Is it the font? What?
answer that question, but I'm not trying to be that mean.
I mean, how long we got again?
Bitch, say that shit. Just because it has a black person in it doesn't mean that it's like, get out. I
Yeah.
mean, that is a very irresponsible way of recommending cinema to other people.
Yeah.
I stand by that shit, especially in its use of comedy. When we have the inverse, we automatically get something that we can celebrate, something that we can relate to. Dwayne Perkins, when he fucking sat down, and his mind was going crazy with that script, with the blackening. That's true black comedy.
Yeah.
That's actually black comedy.
Yes.
It understands the culture, even the pop culture references. Like the Friends joke is the one joke that we're all gonna get. Because like we don't know watch Friends, but we know Rachel, and then we know that joke. Again, if you are not in the culture, you don't have the fucking friends, then how are you gonna write about the people? Like, and you have to make spaces for people to help you do that, and you have to listen to them. Because a lot of the times people don't want to listen. They're just like, she's gonna help me write this, but I didn't listen to her, and she's sitting there like, but I tried to stop this. I tried to stop this. I really fucking did.
I think we can use this topic as not really a warning, but just something that we should all be aware of, especially now that it is Black History Month. And we're horror fans, there's gonna be a lot of lists. Lists are gonna come out. Just because you have a black character leading a horror movie, a secondary black character in a horror movie does not classify that movie as black horror, because a lot of the time, our culture, our skin is used in ways as just a pawn, not actually something that can help, save us from the trauma of that really graphic kill that just happened. And we need something to laugh about.
Literally.
Right now.
Literally.
It just ends up being us as the butt of the joke, something like Ma. And also she's wearing a terrible wig, but that's beyond.
Amen.
No, it was a weird shroom slash ball, and I'm like, pick a lane, pick a struggle.
I mean, personally, I still think that we should have a Ma too, just because I think Octavia deserves to do it again.
Yeah, she was good.
She's great in it.
I'm scared.
All over on Amazon and donated to the cause.
But it's a thin line to walk. But when done correctly, I think that we can obviously tell the difference. But again, I think that we should use this as, again, not a warning, but something to be aware of, that just because there's black presence there doesn't mean it's a black project.
No.
And a lot of times we're used as pawns. We're getting to the point in the industry where, and it sucks that this is what finally got us there, but we're finally starting to get a little bit of the representation that we as fans have been asking for, but it's not quite saturated to the degree that we need it to be. When we say we want representation on screen, that doesn't mean that you need to have a black, you need to have an Asian, you need to have a gay, and then you got the Brady Bunch together. What we really mean by that is that who is writing their dialogue behind the screen? Hopefully it's a Kayla Cooper. Hopefully.
Because Malignant snaps. I'm trying to get your tattoo signed. It's not even my tattoo.
It's funny, you should mention that.
But otherwise, we find ourselves in very deep and dark and oftentimes offensive territory.
Yeah.
And those really aren't the things that we want to celebrate.
Yeah, there's a difference between laughing with someone and laughing at someone. And it's that line that fucks a lot of filmmakers over. Because they're just like, I think this is funny when a black man does this. And I'm like, I don't.
I think it's funny that we've all just forgotten what minstrels were.
Right?
I think we need to remember that, because those go up with the mammy, which we see a lot of. I would argue that Ma is kind of like I think we need to remember these things. They don't exactly die as much as they do reinvent themselves into different ways, and I think that we should be very wary of that. So when we do celebrate Black horror, I urge you just to look at the crew. Go on IMDb and look at the crew. Look at who's writing these movies, look who's doing the screenplay, look who's directing these movies, who's shooting these movies. Because we can feel that.
Yeah.
More often than not through the dialogue.
Right? Don't be a Matt Damon and think you have a black person on screen so you've done all the work. That's not how that works. that clip of Project Relight haunts me. I didn't even watch that season, but I have that queued up because I'm spiteful. I'm Sheree, I'm spiteful. I have that queued up at all times. I will show it to you in the lobby on the break if you would like. Like, he really tried it with her, and I was like, why are you know that the cameras are rolling? You're saying that out loud on the cameras? What are you saying when the cameras aren't rolling?
It's a thin line. It's a thin line that I think that we can only really discover when we watch, digest, and then research afterwards. If you watch something and you say, this feels weird, I don't know about that. Especially when it comes to vernacular, because there is there's grammar. There's grammar in African American vernacular.
The amount of misuse of AAVE in so many things is one of the tip-offs to be like, this was not written by anybody who looks like me or talks to people who look like me.
Hold on, Sheree. What the fuck is the name of that movie with Omarion? It was a slasher in like 2000s.
You might erase my mind from
It was
that.
like
Somebody help me.
some.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, that was the joke, because I didn't want help. Continue.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
Yes.
I don't think if there was then a person of color behind that.
Never.
Was it Omarion? It was Omarion, right? I didn't hallucinate that.
Yeah.
I got ice marks where my heart used to be. It's still there. Thank you. Thank you for that. I think we should also, we can't finish this discussion without speaking about the Wayne's effect.
With the Wayne's Dynasty,
The Wayne's dynasty.
for those of you who are 2 days older than me, In Living Color was that girl.
Yes.
Right? Right? All the cousins, all the sisters, all the brothers were just like, I too will be making art. Like, Blake Man's one of the first black superhero movies I ever saw. That and Meteor Man. We don't get those anymore, if you've noticed. It's like, okay, we're kind of in the Marvel Universe. We'll give you one every 8 years. And I'm like, but like, we can have more. We also had like, oh my God, the Scary Movie series, which when they were helming it, was funny. When they weren't helming it, a lot of us stopped watching.
How high?
The Wayne's.
Listen, Lauren Shane, remember that Jada Pinkett was like, I can also be funny while being a badass. I'm like, I want to be her when I grow up. Like, the Wayne's Dynasty is something we don't talk about enough. Just as a whole. Like, as a kid in the 90s, I was like, if a Wayne's isn't there, is it even happening? And Robert Townsend was like, I'm here too. I'm like, thank you. And that was kind of it in the 90s. Like, really, it was like the random movie aside from those two.
I'm not going to sit here and say the Wayne's dynasty is the reason why we have this misconception in horror and blackness and comedy, but everyone wanted to be Scary Movie. Scary Movie came out and changed the fucking game.
Right?
Really. And, you know, when you have a movie that comes out that changes the fucking game, what happens, 2 years after that? You get copycat after copycat after copycat. You can't do that with a black comedic background if you're not going to have black people present.
Yeah.
Because the second you do that, we become minstrels, we become mockeries of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's not okay. We need to have people like Dwayne Perkins in the writing room, writing dialogue for these characters, if you're gonna go there.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go there with vernacular, you need to have the appropriate people doing it. Otherwise, we become the stereotypes that we just digested in horror noir documentary, and that's not okay.
And again, you need to know when you don't have the bandwidth. You are hiring people and you need to listen to them when they're like, this isn't right. Because like I'm tired of like the articles and the think pieces like 5 years after the fact when people are free to speak to be like, yeah, I had to make my own ear, I had to do my own ear because they didn't have people for me.
Oh, Prudence and Sabrina, those family ratings were
Woo, they were lit. And I was like, on Netflix's budget? And she was like, it was me. I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah.
do what your damn self. Do what your damn self. I think it's really important in not only just movies, but I think in all aspects of our artistic lives, because we are all people, that's why we're here, that enjoy fandom art, to realize when we are laughing at a situation through our perspective versus being laughed at.
Yes.
Something that for some fucking reason, I cannot get this guy out of my head, but he's like an influencer and he does like this big bite and he just like goes to restaurants and he's huge and he just like goes and dance.
The grooving gorilla.
He's not going to
Why are we calling ourselves gorillas? That is a very dramatized example of what
That broke my brain. I'm sorry.
it's the difference between laughing with us and laughing at us.
Yeah.
And I urge you all to understand the difference, see that difference, and if that difference is apparent, that's not something that we should be celebrating when you're talking about Black excellence.
Yes.
We can celebrate those things in other categories, but I don't think the motherfucker who wrote Trick or Treat, motherfucker, before Busta Rhymes threw an axe to Michael Myers' chest for some reason. I don't know if that was a brother. I really don't.
Right? The one, Busta Rhymes changed history. He karate chopped Michael Myers, who was my imaginary friend as a child, and I said more of this.
You should all have it.
Like, right? That was iconic. Because we had rappers that filmed all the time. LL Cool J survived 2 movies. He did not karate chop Michael Myers, but he was there playing the cop who was funny with a like erotic novel and his wife on the phone. And I was like, I'll take it. And then Deep Blue Sea, which I'm sorry, side tangent. So New Year's, I'm staying with some friends in Chicago. It's a very white group of friends, and they had not seen Deepest Blue Is. My head's like a shark's fin. Can we put that on?
Deepest blue is my head is like a shark skin.
They were not
What does that
ready.
even mean, LL?
Listen, I was like, listen, they did not understand, because I was like, it's the first time I saw Synchronized Swimmers, it's the first time I saw Strings. Like, the video cost more than the movie. Like, really hard was like, they get half of that. And they're like, no, it's LL. It's an amazing, if you've not seen it, please go watch it.
There's also a documentary on how they made the music video.
They need one.
It's like, wait, Kuma was just telling y'all about the sclera lenses. It's like LL putting in his scleras, getting ready to like anamorph into a shark. How did we get here?
But it goes back to culture though, because we are like Uncle LL. Remember something like Phenomenon? What else did he say in that song? What else did he say?
I got nothing.
But when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. Right? That's it. Hello. Oh, you have to.
Closing remarks. Closing remarks.
Closing remarks is, again, I think to summarize, who gets to tell the stories, which again, looking at Nia DaCosta's Candyman, which all of us are Candyman fans, I want anything else. Because we are those bitches. 2021's Candyman is that girl. Who gets to tell the story is central. It's very important when specifically talking about Black art, because again, for so long, we could not tell our stories, and we could not tell them the way we wanted to tell them. And so we have a complicated history with so many things that we now love and we now understand in the context of Black history and horror history and the intersections of. But like, imagine if we could have just been free to tell those stories. Imagine if we could have written those stories sooner. We'd have a lot more cool shit. Yeah.
Period.
Stay spiteful.
Period. That's
Okay,
okay.
Okay, so give it up one more time. And really quick, we have time for 2 questions. Who wants? Yes.
Sorry.
No. Sorry.
My biggest question. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think is the most profound part about Sinners? Like, what is the most thing that you want people to realize about how amazing that film is? Because I don't think people realize like how deep it goes. But that's like literally one of my top 3.
Literally everything behind the movie.
Everything
Everything
behind
behind
everything.
the movie is as prolific, if not more prolific, than the product that came from that amazing group of people. There are so many like firsts, like her that big ass camera, that IMAX camera, the first woman to ever do it.
Yes.
A Creole woman.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. Yeah, no, like it's just, that is the perfect movie when we're talking about getting out of Black people's way and letting us do the damn thing.
Thank you.
Because so many people were educated about things they didn't want to be educated about and never knew. And also, I have beef with Variety. I'm not going to get into that right now. We're short on time. Listen, I stay at Variety's back. Like, as a freelancer, you think I'd be like, no. I'm like, fuck Variety. But like, I think that, again, Ryan Coogler got to move with intention, and he got to be just a little bit freer than a lot of people are, because for whatever reason, all the stars aligned, and he was like, I want these people to do this, I want this person to do this, I'm gonna bring in this research, and also I remember that my grandfather's stories are this. And again, that is what happens when we are left to do the things.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think it's a just good example as to why you should get the fuck out of our way. That's every marginalized person, artistic person's dream, is to be able to create a project with people that you know that you can put in positions to do the fucking job correctly. Unfortunately, that's not how the world is. And a lot of times you get people put in places as pawns. When you have the creative freedom to put people that you trust because you know they can do the thing in those positions, you have a crazy Oscar sweep that we have right now.
Listen.
You know, we have a cultural fucking moment.
Chokehold. That movie's got me in chokehold.
If Sinners loses at the Oscars the way it's been losing, I will fly back out here and burn. Like, I don't know. What, are the Oscars held here? Are the Oscars held here? I will fly out here and fight an Academy member. I don't care. If you said Kickstarter, that's what that's for. Thank you.
It been all the chainsaws though.
It did!
Yes, it did.
Because Fangoria knows what a movie looks like. Yes. Sinners was like top tier. Like, top tier, everything. I cry every time.
Yes.
It doesn't matter
It
if
gets
I watch
better
it.
every
I
time.
cry better every time and I cry every time.
We saw it at the IMAX.
Yes.
We went to like the where
Yes.
the friend that's never left the IMAX like building. Oh my god. Anyway.
It is breathtaking. It's a beautiful film, and it really falls into the theme of what y'all were talking about. It's important when we tell our own stories.
Yeah, and you can.
Okay.
Did you see the camera rig they had on Michael B. Jordan? It had like 30 cameras
Yes.
to do all the angles of his face.
Yeah,
It's insane. That
Him
was
smoking a cigarette
Yeah.
costs more than my entire life. And it shows. It shows. I am not even worth like 1/30th of what that costs. He's in the moment.
Do we have any other? Oh yes.
So I know we talked about comedy and like how oftentimes we'll be laughed at versus with will be used as like props and like all of that sort of stuff. But I think a caveat that we didn't talk about was the actual propaganda that happens, like the intentional propaganda just to make us look stupid.
Yes.
And to get that racist jazz in like the second Halloween remake a few years ago with the couple that just felt not real at all, and then like she shoots herself and the guy ends up dying.
She shoots herself.
Yeah,
I was like,
ridiculous.
in the theater, I was like,
Okay.
In what world would a black American man not go ahead and like check the car for his wife and she goes to the car?
Did you
Like,
see me just lean in?
very
Did you see me just lean in?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sheree. I'm about to do it to him.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it to him. Clown in the Cornfield. What the fuck was that movie? How?
Yeah.
How? Okay, we have the original slasher format. It's a format that we are all very familiar with. Let me preface this before I do it to him. I'm not a slasher girl. That's not my bag. That's Sheree's bag. Talk to her. Don't talk to me. I'm up in outer space with some shit with monsters. I don't know. But with the typical slasher format, it's one of the oldest ones. We've been around the block. The black guy's gonna die first. Okay, we know this. It actually is more of a running gag than it actually does happen. So we say the black guy dies first more than we see it happen on screen. And in that sense, it's become kind of a running joke. However, that movie came out 2025. 2025, the one black character does die first.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Speaking
Blerdy
of-
Massacre.
Black excellence. Blerdy Massacre, Mr. Crockett, just walked up again.
So we have our first black character die first. He put up a good fight. And then we get to a second round of like characters. We have our one black girl in the crowd. She makes a comment about, I'm black, I'm going to die first.
The lampshade of it all.
And then she dies. Why put the comment in there?
Yeah, right? Just
I don't
the
because
exposition.
it was very obviously supposed to be a comedic moment because Sheree and I sat there like this in the movie theater where everyone else is moving and hollering. I don't understand.
Also, I was extra salty because, like, at this film festival, these kids were basically prom outfits because it's like a lot of their first movies or one of their first movies. And so they get up there to do the thing, and like the black kid who dies first is like, I flipped to see when my character died, and yeah, it was first. And it was just silence on stage because, again, surrounded by like white people who were like, we're gonna do it again too. And I was like, why?
That was a very intentional moment that I feel like was made to laugh at us. I think, I can't say with full certainty that whoever, I know who wrote this movie, but I'm just gonna pretend that I don't know this man, who wrote this movie made this joke to laugh with us. But that's, again, to our point earlier, that's what happens when we have people writing these things that don't come from our own experiences. We've all, as marginalized, as queer people, as brown people, as black people, disabled people, we've all been in a situation where someone tries to make a joke that should be relatable to us, but it's just out of taste and it does not work. Sure, I understand that you were trying to do something with that, but there's no black people in the room, and it did not land. That tells me with 1,000% certainty that there was, at best, one. Because when there's only one, you know, you're always outnumbered, and you're gonna shut the fuck up because you want that paycheck to land on Friday. I know that damn well.
Yes.
But you don't have a appropriate vetting community to tell you, I think we should take that one out. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work.
Thank you.
And if I could have walked out of that theater, I would. But I'm a good egg, and I need to get my review done on that. But you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, in case you've missed a lot of this, if you are about to kill off a character that does not look like you as the first character, specifically the black guy, we are all noticing that. The fact that the actor noticed that and said it on a big ass stage at a festival, that's a problem. And maybe you should be like, why do I do that? Should I not do that? Should I try if a black guy lives? What does that movie look like?
I don't know. If you're gonna do it,
Amen.
the worst thing you can do is make a joke about it. Because if that joke doesn't land, it's going the aftermath is going to be way more detrimental than you just making a filmmaking mistake.
Right? Because you made me even angrier because you pointed out it's wrong, but you did it anyways.
A shit funny.
Nope. Amen. Amen.
I'm sorry, that was me.
Okay, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Can we end on something positive?
Oh, yes. Social medias. Tell
Oh.
us. Don't y'all want to follow them? Come on.
Yes, it is.
We've been Blerdy Massacre. My name is Zero Gravity. This is Sheree the Slayer. We have a silly little podcast called Blerdy Massacre. Episodes come out every single Tuesday. We're stepping into our 5th season. Oh my God, we're 5. We're going to kindergarten. You can find us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just look up Blerdy Massacre. That's BLERDY. Black Nerds Bitches is Blerdy
Amen.
Bitch. On social media, Blerdy Massacre, and you know the rest. You better have a good time. We just recorded our bottom 10s of 2025. And we got real bad.
Yes. Find us for stickers, because I keep forgetting about those out because I keep going to the bar. But we have stickers.